So someone says, I finished it in the nick of time, or let's call it a day. And you're like, what does that even mean? Time idioms are everywhere in English, especially when people talk about work, routines, or being late. Let's go through 10 of the most useful idioms. Hey friends, welcome back to Amin Teaches English. I'm Amin, and today we're diving into idioms all about time. Because let's face it, we talk about time all the time. If you've ever been in a hurry, delayed, or right on schedule, you'll definitely use these. Beat the clock is the first one. You've got 10 minutes left to finish an exam, and you just make it. Boom, you beat the clock. Like, I finished my essay with 2 minutes left. I beat the clock.
Stop playing beat the clock, okay?
But you can't beat the clock.
All we need to do is beat the clock by 1 second.
Number 2, in the nick of time. This one means just barely. Like, if you catch the bus right before it leaves, you did it in the nick of time. Super close call.
You're in the nick of time.
Fortunately, I was able to dispose of that bomb in the nick of time.
You came just in the nick of time.
Number 3, call it a day. You've been working all afternoon and now it's 5 p.m. You're done. You say, let's call it a day. It's like, we're finished for now.
Says that they can't fix his car until they get another part, and it's gonna be hours, so he says to just call it a day.
You know, if this creep wants us dead so bad, why doesn't he just put a bullet in our head and call it a day?
Time to call it a day now.
Once in a blue moon is the fourth one. Something that happens very rarely. Like, I go to the gym once in a blue moon.
Why don't you try eating dinner with your child every once in a blue moon?
Try going with your feelings once in a blue moon.
If we ever did get something pleasant once in a blue moon, like strawberries, well...
Number 5 is behind the times. If someone's stuck in the past, maybe using an old phone or outdated idea, you can say they're behind the times. Like, my uncle still uses a flip phone. He's so behind the times.
You know, Roger, you're way behind the times.
You're a little behind the times, Jake.
I'm a little behind the times.
Number 6, around the clock. This means non-stop, all day and night. The nurses were working around the clock during the emergency. All right, so it's used a lot in a serious or intense situations. Make sure to use it.
Efforts continue around the clock, but for now, almost 2 full weeks after the message's arrival, scientists here at the VLA still have no answers.
Okay, from now on, someone stays here and watches him around the clock.
We have to feed her just like a baby, every couple of hours around the clock.
Number 7, better late than never. This one's for those who always show up late. If someone finally arrives, you can say, better late than never. You know, it's like saying, at least you came.
Mr. Carter, better late than never.
Well, better late than never.
Well, better late than never. Time flies. You're having fun and suddenly it's 3 hours later. Yup, time flies. Like, this weekend flew by. Time flies when you're relaxing.
Time flies when you're out here.
God, time flies with you, Zia.
Spooky how the time flies when one's having fun.
Make up for lost time. Maybe you've been sick or busy and couldn't study for a week. Now you're working hard to catch up. You're making up for lost time.
But like any late bloomer, I was eager to make up for lost time.
I think what you're doing is a great thing, trying to make up for lost time with Kimmy.
The bus will make up for lost time once we get started.
At the 11th hour is the last one. You do something at the very last moment. That's the 11th hour. Like, she handed in the assignment at the 11th hour. Classic.
Why are you telling me now at the 11th hour?
Let me just throw something out, and I completely understand that I'm coming in at the 11th hour and I don't want to step on toes.
Mr. Denholtz, you have a habit of introducing new information at the 11th hour, and I don't like it.
Your father pulled out of a major property investment at the 11th hour, weeks before he died.
I don't think that's...
No, in the past I always had an event planner, but at the 11th hour no one was available and we are on such a time crunch.
Time is everything. And now you've got 10 great ways to talk about it in English. Which idiom do you relate to most? Be honest. Are you always doing things at the 11th hour? Let me know in the comments. And also make sure to like and subscribe for more lessons right here on Amin Teaches English.